Hi girls, this is instructions on how to use the performance analysis chart. So all you need to do is basically choose one of these from each column. So analyze, for example, and then you can choose one or two and then choose one of these things. So of course you're going to be looking back at your list on the fantastic booklet here. So just look down, let's say you choose from the performance analysis task, you choose analyze as an example. You can go back to here and look at what you need to do for an analysis. So you're looking at how and why. And let's go back to our performance analysis chart and we go analyze, there's an example here, how the performance used two, so they've chosen two dramatic elements. And you can go back to your booklet again to see, oh, wrong one, sorry, there we go, to see what your terminology means. So you've got the dramatic elements, you've got the expressive skills, and so on. Here is an example for you from the liturgy reflection. If you look at this one, so this is analyze how one convention was used in the liturgy performance. So I haven't stipulated here what kind of convention. I've just used a non-naturalistic convention, although in yours, if you're using the analysis chart, you'll look at epic theatre, poor theatre, or theatre of cruelty. I've chosen the convention of narration, which would probably, in this sense, come under epic theatre. Anyway, I'm going off the topic. Okay, so I've done an analysis here. So I've looked at questions like how did they use the convention? How did it affect the audience? Why is it so important to affect the audience in this way? And I've focused, if you look at the colours here, the green and the yellow are the main focuses of my answer here. You want to keep the description as short as possible. Let's just have a quick look at this question. The convention of narration was used in the Year 12 performance. After Jesus' grand entrance riding on Bailey's lap, the group moved to various positions around Bailey to form a well with Bailey in the middle and Jesus on a block on the outside. Bailey narrated the scene with simple short sentences that were accompanied by gestures and actions from the actors. So I really briefly, I could do that even, I should do that even briefer than how I've done it. But you want to quickly get out what happened, where you're at, knowing that the person reading this has seen the performance as well. And then we get into the analysis. Narrating a simplified version of the script helped the audience to clearly understand the story. The actions helped to give the audience a visual representation of the words Bailey was saying, but it also gave them the subtext. And it's always good to include an example just to further explain what you're talking about, because this on its own wouldn't be enough to give the reader a sense of what you're talking about. So an example of this is when Bailey narrated the dialogue between Jesus and the Samaritan woman. She said, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask water of me, a woman of Samaria?" When Bailey said Jew, the two actors made an action of worshipping Jesus, the Jew. And when she said Samaria, the two actors made a gesture of disgrace towards the Samaritan woman. The clear narration, coupled with actions, helped the audience to understand the attitudes and preconceptions that the scripture tells us to overcome. Without these two comparisons, the Samaritan and the Jew, the audience would have missed the important lesson that Jesus is welcoming and accepting of a woman who society deems a disgrace. She has the courage to understand rather than judge. And I could go a bit further and put that into the whole, and clarify that that's the whole theme of the show and the message that we want to get across. And tag that in back to Brecht. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So that's just an example of what you can do. But this here is for you to practice with. You can use it for any show that we have. And make sure you use your fantastic booklet that will help you with all the terminology and things. Just keep referring back to that. Use that excellent, use all those descriptive words and everything and those vocab lists that I've put in the back there. And it will really help. There's some examples here. So keep going and have fun with it. Thanks, everyone.